think that when you are succeeding in life, obstacles never come, or you just have things rosy, you just wake up, even roses have come. You just wake up in the morning, everything is all set, and you take at work. You see me, so I have had my fair share of troubles in life, and I'm still having them every day. Every day, I took risk. A lot of people are not willing to take risk. This is why they are not succeeding in life. So, hello, how are you doing today? Okay, this is Dr. Linda, and I'm here to chat with you. I got a question from one of my followers saying, Dr. Linda, what actually keeps you going when there are lots of obstacles on your way? All right, so that is the question I'm going to be reflecting on today with you. As I said, somebody asked in the comment section, say, Dr. Linda, what keeps you going despite the obstacles around you? And the second person said, or is it that I never have obstacles? What do you think the answer is? You know, thinking of this question, the question actually made me to think like, oh, that's true. You know, I've never really given it a thought, like, what keeps me going? So let's reflect on it together. And if you have any other question around this, please drop it, okay? So, one of the things, first of all, I do have obstacles. There are a lot of times I want to do something, and just like any other human being, obstacle just jump from anywhere and be there right in your front in such a way that it's either it's either you solve the obstacle and keep going on your dream, or the obstacle will actually stop you. All right, so I'm going to tell you the thing that keeps me going, right? So the first thing is that yes, I have obstacles, and I'm going to give you examples. But the answer to that question is, I know that if I need to achieve things in life, I have to take risk. I know that you have to be a risk taker to be able to achieve things in life, especially things that other people have not achieved, right? Or things that you have not achieved before. You need to take risk. So, I'm going to give you an example to buttress it, because as far as I'm concerned, this is not a motivation session. This is a strategy sharing session. So, when I was in my 300 level as a dental student in University of Benin, I got selected by the American government to represent Nigeria, where I was taught social entrepreneurship. Okay, 5 weeks, all expenses paid at University of Connecticut, all expenses paid, right? And we were trained on social entrepreneurship. We were 4 from Nigeria for that particular program, right? Now, I was selected. Yay! Good news, right? No. What could possibly go wrong? Let's guess. You were selected for a 5 weeks program, all expenses paid to the US. You're a 300 level student at University of Benin studying dentistry. What do you think could possibly go wrong? Let's talk about what happened. What happened was that when I got that trip, we also have this exam that we write at the end of 300 level. It is called MB. That's what we call it. It's actually exam on biochemistry, physiology, and anatomy in medical school. So you write that at the end of your 3rd year. I had that exam coming, and this exam, so think of it, this exam is 2 years workload. So you don't write exam, you just write test assessments in 200 level, and in 300 level you have to write an exam that encompasses 200 level and 300 level. So I had this exam, and I was just selected for an all expenses paid trip. Meaning, for me to go for the exam, I have to be planning for me to go for the trip, I have to be planning for the trip, I'm planning for my exam. Time management issue, right? I don't know what is going to happen. Will I fail my exam? What will happen? Fear of the unknown. But the worst is that the trip clashed with some of my exams. The trip clashed with some of my exams. See wahala. Double wahala for dead body, right? So, right there I was, happy that I've just been selected for this program. Few weeks down the line, my exam timetable comes out. Both of them are clashing. So, I practically have to choose. And this is not a joke. I practically have to choose to take receipt to fail my medical exam. That's what it means. And write it again. By the way, if you know my history, you will know that I am the best graduating student that my school had before since it was founded up until the time I graduated. So we are talking about a scholar. If it's one person that doesn't like academics or is not even top of the class, they'll just easily take it now. I beg, when we come back, we'll write the exam again. Waiting the happen for there. My dear, I was the best in class. I was the best in class. And I fast forward to after I wrote the exam, I was the best in that exam. So you have to understand that this is like the best student. I have to choose to fail my medical exam, or I write the exam and I choose not to go to US. Can you believe it? Real life story. What did I do? What do you think I did? Because sometimes people just think that when you are succeeding in life, obstacles never come, or you just have things rosy. You just wake up. Even roses have thorns, right? You just wake up in the morning, everything is all set, and you cat walk. You see me, so I have had my fair share of troubles in life, and I'm still having them every day. Every day. But how do you succeed despite obstacles? So what actually happened was that, first of all, everybody around me advised me to forfeit the US trip because trip will always come. That I should forfeit the US trip and focus on writing and passing my medical exam. That was the conclusive advice from, some of the people that were reviewing it. Maybe somebody else would have advised me something different, but it was not pronounced for me to recognize it right now. Of course, I always had my support system, which is my brother. And I can't even remember explicitly what his advice was then. Guess what? I got both. How? First, why people were advising me that trip will always come, travel will always come, defer the travel, finish your medical exam, which makes sense, right? Remember the storyline of this session, which is what? For you to succeed in life, you must be able to take risk. If you don't take risk, forget, you will just do what normal people do. Full stop. You understand? Nobody's going to be saying, oh, I think you are my role model. You just do what normal people do. Do you understand? You must be able to take risk. So first of all, I made up my mind that I was going to go for the trip. Best student in class is going to be failing her medical exam because she won't write it. And she's going to be going to US to go and learn social entrepreneurship. Stupid, right? Stupid, right? And that was exactly what I did. So by the time I left Nigeria, I wrote part of the exam, but some of the exams were left. So those were the ones I was going to forfeit. And forfeiting them means that even for that particular exam, the ones I've written, I didn't complete the exam, so it's failed. So you come back and write it again, right? By the time I was leaving Nigeria, this was the status quo. I mean, by the time I was leaving Nigeria for that US trip, this was the status quo. I knew I was going to fail the exam. I knew I was going to come back and write receipts. That's repeat the exam. I have made peace with that. And I took my bag. Off I went to US. However, Before I left, I wrote a letter to my school, like the school board, put it that way, to say to my dean and all that, to say I'm representing Nigeria in so place. I am all gone. Please, can I defer my exam? But inside my mind, I kind of knew that it was not possible to defer the exam. It's med school. First of all, so that you understand what I'm saying, med school is not like any other course, especially for people in Nigeria. Med school is not like any other course. Med school, 10 lecturers will be teaching you one course, or something like that. So you cannot go to one lecturer to bribe them to pass the exam. You cannot. See, even if your father is the vice chancellor, you will still have problem in med school. If you are supposed to have problem, you still have problem. That's how med school is, because it is very, 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 very difficult to influence med school exam results. Like I've heard of people that probably went to even go and get letter from the Oba of Benin, and their case was still K-leg. Do you understand? So talk less of me. Where busy me when my parents don't work in the school, my parents don't know anybody in the school. I'm just like a very regular student. My dear, I left my exams, went to US, dropped a letter for my school. In fact, that letter, I wrote it. It was a classmate that helped me to go and drop it, because I left and then I sent somebody to go and drop it in my dean's office. Now, it's happened that the school sat on it. Many other things happened in between, but I was in US, right? They agreed that when I come back, I was going to do the remaining part of my exam that was left, and it was not going to count as a receipt for me. It was going to count, it's like finishing up the exam that I started. It happened. Like joke. That was what happened. And it's not as if like there's one teacher I'm going to go and bribe or anything. No. First of all, let me say kudos to University of Benin Dental School and like Medical College of Medicine, the people that were sitting on the board, because it wouldn't have been possible without them, right? And thank God for working on their hearts, for everybody to agree. In fact, somebody told me, somebody was like, a lot of time, if this kind of issue come, nobody will even agree. But I don't even know what happened that they agreed. Thank God, But the point is, I took a risk. I traveled to US. I got trained on social entrepreneurship, and pure risk, I was still able to do my exam without writing it as a receipt or repeating it or repeating that level. If I was waiting for everything to align, they must assure me that when I come back, I'll write the exam. They must do this. If I waited to hear that before I travel, I won't travel. Right? So full stop. But I had to take a risk. I had to take a risk to travel before all that happened. So I had to battle with fear of the unknown. I had to battle with exam clashing. Above all, I had to battle with time management, because all the exams I had to write that period were clashing with preparation for the trip. So I will go to class, I'll read, then I'll quickly run and go and do something else I need to do for the trip. Plus, when you are traveling, and that was like my first major travel to the US, right? So when you are traveling, your mind is in the trip. You're anticipating, you are thinking. It's like you should even start having panic attack. So I was doing this and preparing for my exam. So I traveled. I got the 5 weeks all expenses paid training in US. I also got approval to complete my exam when I come back without it being a receipt or repeat for me. But what do you think is the central point? I took risk. A lot of people are not willing to take risk. This is why they are not succeeding in life. So when you are asking, Dr. Linda, how is it that you are able to progress in life despite obstacles? The short answer is because I take risk. So if you want to be like me, better start taking risk. Or if you want to be like the best version of yourself, better start taking risk. If you're always waiting for everything, for you to know what will happen in 10 years' time, before you start today, you're on your own, because it's going to be hard. Because oftentimes you will not know what will happen in front. You have to be able to take risk. It is that risk taking that will make things work out at the end of the day. It doesn't always work out and be successful all the time. There have been times when I took risk and I failed, or took risk and it won't work out. But the point is, if let's say you take 20 risks and 2 of those risks work out, there is a chance that you'll be a greater person in life compared to if you never took any risk. And sometimes when you take risk and you fail, you learn from the failure so that your next risk is better off. Do you understand? You have to take risk. You have to take risk. I've spoken with some people before. They were like, for example, let's say some of us Advantage Migration, where we offer training on how to get scholarship abroad. Somebody will ask, what is the guarantee that I will get scholarship? I'll just be laughing. You're waiting for guarantee before you start. I always ask, who guaranteed me anything before I started my own journey? Nobody. So if you're busy sitting somewhere waiting for somebody to give you 100% guarantee, that's why agents will just cheat you. Because you want to hear guarantee, they will guarantee you. Whether the guarantee has basis or not. Somebody will just be like, I guarantee you. Have you noticed that people that find it easy to give you guarantee are people who cannot even keep the guarantee? It's hard for me to give somebody 100% guarantee because I want to be able to say, when I know that, let's say I say, 100% guarantee I'll come for a live session today. Is in my 100% power to do so, right? So I can guarantee you that. But if it's normal life thing, don't wait for guarantee. Guarantee is the easiest way to cut your dreams short. There was no guarantee that they were going to accept what the email, the letter I submitted to the dean. There was no guarantee that I will write the exam and pass when I come back. I took a risk. Best students took a risk to repeat an exam. How many people will do it today? How many people? But those same persons, they will even envy you when you make results, when you achieve results in life. Let me even tell you, that training looked like nothing happened. But for example, today, in my business, I implement social entrepreneurship, which is how do you make money while helping the community. And the root of it was from that training I went to in the US, that training happened in 2011. 2010, I was selected 2010, I traveled 2011 to US. 2011 summer, I spent it in the US. 10 years ago, I'm using the knowledge from that training 10 years after. So tomorrow now, somebody will be asking, how did you even get to this stage? They don't know that it's 10 years ago risk that I took, that is still helping my life till now. What risk are you going to take? Are you a risk taker? Have you trained your mind to take risk? Or are you the person who is always looking for 100% guarantee, 100% guarantee? Which is the reason you even attract fake guarantees to your life. When agents will come and say, I give you 100% guarantee, all the people agents guaranteed 100%, where are they? Where are they? Life is not 100% guarantee. Think of it. What in life is actually 100% guarantee? Is there 100% guarantee that you'll be alive tomorrow? Can you beat your chest and say, by this time tomorrow, Dr. Linda, I'll be alive, 100% guarantee? You will just be like, yeah, I'll be alive by God's grace, right? Not I'll be alive, 100% guarantee. Right? Nothing in life is 100% guaranteed, provided you're a human being. Stop looking for 100% guarantee before you take action that will change your life. Take risk. Sometimes you will take the risk and you will fail. Agreed. You will learn from it. Let's say if you are doing this next thing, you'll be better off than somebody who have not taken risk before. Do you understand? You'll be better off. Let's say you took risk yesterday, you failed. You are taking another risk today. You will have learned something from yesterday's risk. You are better off today than somebody who never took any risk all their life. So, Dr. Linda, how are you able to succeed despite obstacles in life? I take risk. Are you willing to take risk? Oh yeah, bye-bye. Go and think of it. It's food for thought. All right? Bye.